Welcome back to football, sports, whatever you want to say. There's no disrespect intended necessarily to cross country and swim and dive and everything, but the big boy sports are back. Christian Pedersen here in studio. We got a full house joining us on the first show that is now video because we like to see Tommy's forehead again. We've got a special guest, Andrew Clark.
I'm making sure my top 10 list for this week is good.
Tommy has a top 10.
Doing extra research so I don't get roasted again.
Noah is hype. Oop. Oh.
Ooh.
Tommy.
Is that a sound effect or did Noah do that?
Yes, the soundboard is working again. This will forever now officially be the Tommy's top 10 sound.
Are we like going into Fantasyland right now or what?
Yeah, we are,
Yeah,
because apparently we are all high on something or crazy as hell when we release our top 10 lists.
Oh.
You know, whatever. Coach, sorry we didn't put Sam Pasquale on there. I will say top 10 lists of you guys putting out preseason hype videos. You guys and Saints might be going toe to toe. We'll get you out of here real quick, Coach, because I'm sure you have all sorts of stuff to do. But gear is handed out. Where are you guys in the process right now?
We've been doing workouts 3 days a week. You know, some socially distanced stuff. We're doing gear this afternoon. We'll be padded up in shelves tomorrow morning and getting going. Our kids are fired up, man. It's pretty happy time.
Don't just say our kids. You got to be pretty fired up too. Like, I feel like low key, all the coaches don't want to admit how selfish they want to be and just be like, I am stoked that football's back. But you got to be like, this is a pretty big part of your life as well.
Definitely. And for all our sports, like everything's changed, as you guys know, with all the sports across the board. And every time I get a phone call in the last 2 weeks, I've sighed as I've hung up, and my wife just looks at me and says, "Shut up, you love it."
Well, I want to ask a
right,
question about that too. So with everything just sort of happening all at once, there was a mad dash. You can see it on Twitter with everyone trying to schedule everything. Was it fun making the schedule because it's kind of weird, or was it a nightmare? What's it like as a coach?
Well, so as the AD in charge of football for North County Conference, each of our ADs has a sport, so I'm in charge of our conference schedule. So that I nerd out on that a little bit. I enjoy it, but it's also, you got people that want to know, and especially in an odd, if we're giving you 5, they need to know, are they 3 home and 2 away, and or vice versa. So it got a little intense, especially as we were waiting on stuff that was outside of our conference to determine it. But you know, as we keep trying to tell each other, it's a good problem, right? We're back to worrying about stuff that we want to deal with a little more than things that are completely out of our control.
So, Coach, you guys are going to be doing any double day? Because you had minimum number of practices, right, between now and first game. So is this double days? Is this Saturday practices? How are you getting it all in?
So we're not going to double up. We're going to go once because we're going to scrimmage on the 12th and not try and play an extra game. We just felt that with some unknowns in terms of number of kids coming out and what we were allowed to do up to this point for the rules our district followed, we didn't think we'd be ready. So we've got a scrimmage with Carlsbad on 3/12. So, you know, we didn't duck anybody.
Heyo!
So that'll be that, you know, you find out where the bear hides, as Coach Corley likes to say on that one. And that'll be good. But we're going to go single days. We're going to include Saturdays just because the kids need the work to be physically ready to play football. Now we've got to schedule that around a cross country meet today that's at home, field hockey practice, and all that other good stuff.
What was the line,
Yeah,
Noah?
is that crazy too? Because you have all these sports kind of jammed into each other now. The field space, no one talks about this enough. How big of a headache is that, trying to figure out when are we allowed on the field? When's cross country having the field? When can track have the field? When is lacrosse allowed to have the field, etc.?
Yeah, that sucks. It's as bad as you think it is. It's we're a little lucky in that we don't play lacrosse, at least currently, because once lacrosse starts, I don't see how it happens. The other thing people aren't talking about is with some state legislative changes, schools end later. Like we used to get out of school at 2:30, but because we can't start as early, we now end at 3:15. So we're not going to start a practice before 3:30. You're not going to keep anybody there past ideally 9, but I think for the interim, we'll deal with 9:15-ish. So you'll have 3 2-hour slots on your turf with field hockey, boys and girls soccer, football, potentially lacrosse coming up on the 13th, around the outside, which is encompassing cross country. It's a lot of juggling, and it's still dark right at 6 o'clock. So we're not getting that extra hour of sunlight to use our grass fields. It's a lot. We're lucky we have Kit Carson Park across the street, and we may end up over there for some of our, lower level soccer or things like that as we need to. But our coaches, I made a joke about just being happy to play. For the most part, they are, right? And they know this is going to be different, and we're going to try and do whatever we can to get kids to get to play, man. It's been way too long. So they realize, look, we're not going to be as prepared. We're not going to have 70%, 30% of our offense in for week one, right? Because we just don't have the time. You can't meet. We're not going to be allowed to meet inside with our team. You're not going to watch film together that way. It's going to be on Zoom. How are you doing your classroom install stuff when you're not going to be inside? It's going to be different, but I think everybody just adjusts.
So, Coach, I got to ask. Go ahead, Noah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What was that first meeting and speech like to the kids when you guys all got the message that sports were back, and how is the vibe of the team right now?
It's as awesome as you think it is. It really is. Like we're lucky in North County. Ron Gladnick was such a huge push with the state to get this going, and Ron was kind of keeping us updated as to where he thought things stood. And we'd be at our workout at like 6 o'clock on a Tuesday night, and I'd get a text from Ron or Dave, and we'd kind of tell our guys, hey, nothing official, but we're hearing really good news. And you could just see it ramp up and up and up. And so when it was finally, hey, this is for real, because kids have been in such a state of unknown for so long, you just saw it, like everybody got lighter, everybody got happier. Man, it was outstanding.
A little more pep in that step, huh, Coach?
Damn right.
All right, so Coach, I got to ask, what are do you already have the first play drawn up? Like, are you going to just blitz the ever-loving crap out of that first drive? Like, do you just have that itch where, like, we got to get after it the first couple of plays? Have you had the whole first game already game planned? Like, what are you looking forward to?
We've had a lot of time to get ready for this.
That's what I'm saying. I remember Charlie Weiss type, we're going to script out the first 12 plays of the game, just run it real fast paced. Like, I see you just being like, no, just you're pointing to the backfield. All 11 of you, get the quarterback, get him. And then all offense is just student body right, student body left.
I think, you've seen different things, and who's going to have an advantage based upon what offense they run. I don't know if the type of offense is an advantage, but you are going to have schools that are more prepared because of what they've been allowed to do, right? And you're also going to have schools that just by circumstance had more kids returning. If you didn't graduate 32 seniors like we did, you've got a lot of your team back that's already played varsity football. So I think that's going to determine what people can kind of do. I'm not going to tell you what we're running week one at Ramona. Damon will find that out at about 7:05.
Yeah, give us your first 10 plays.
No, just first one play. That's all I want. I just want to know if you already know the first play, and and how long have you known it for? How long have you had the first play in mind? Has this been since like September of 20?
I'm not going to tilt you to the whiteboard
because it's not there. We're overlooking at your field.
Yeah, no, we're ready, and our guys know what it's going to be, and whether it works or not, we'll find out then, but it's going to be fun to try.
Deal. Well, Coach, I really appreciate you joining us. I'll let you get going on one last question unless anyone else has something for you. How are we going to decide a champion this year?
You're not.
Oh, no. I know that there's not going to be a championship. I did not ask that. I asked you, how are we going to decide a champion this year?
It's probably going to be on the SD Prep Insider Twitter poll or something, and we're going to find out who.
Oh yeah,
Christian, I'll just do it.
Well, because I'm curious. No, because I want to know if there's going to be a UCF type situation where some school just decides to throw themselves a parade at the end of this. Like, is Cathedral going to just drive down Delmar Heights Road honking their horns with a made up trophy?
Hey, on March 12th they might. That's they're kicking it off together. I don't know that I wouldn't, but and I can't remember whose it was, but whoever didn't put Torrey in their top 10, they got 4 D1 guys on their defense only. Don't forget that. They're going to play football. But backing that up, I do think you're going to have league championships in some places. Like 2 of our 3 leagues will have league champs because everybody will play each other. The AVO, not everybody plays each other. So that unless somebody goes undefeated and everybody else doesn't, you won't have a true champion. But I think, you guys know you're gonna. What's been kind of cool about all this is you're seeing the big boys kind of reach out to each other and say, "Hey, let's play." And I do think it's going to be more old school college football. Like, well, the winner of the Rose Bowl was better than the winner of the Sugar Bowl, and whatever you do. But I think we're gonna find out.
Well, I'm looking forward to it as a little bit of the ability to do the counter argument in real time for or against the math. And everybody the last couple of years has been so dialed in on, is this mathematical formula really do we want this? These people are getting screwed, that, the other. We're going to have absolute lawlessness this year. And it's going to just be, like you said, old school arguing. Did the winner of the Big Ten have a better year than the winner of the SEC? So I'm looking forward to it. I am happy that, like you said, it seems easy to schedule games. I know that scheduling has been really big. Oh, we're going to work our way up to this one, or we're going to try and do the math on that one. It seems like everyone's just like, we just want football so bad that we don't care if it's a little bit of a mismatch. Let's just play. I'm stoked for it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And I want to add two things. One is no matter what our schedules say now, the odds are they're not going to be what's played, right? Unfortunately, somebody's going to test positive. Somebody's going to lose a game. We're going to find out.
I'm putting you on mute for that, Coach. Don't put that into the world. Don't put that into the universe.
But we talked, we had coaches reach out to some folks they know in Arizona and Oklahoma and how it went for them and how when they found out on a Wednesday, the logistics of getting to a Friday game. So I think you're going to see some different things too. The other part, and I think Bodie will probably nerd out on it at some point, is for the fall of 21, how do we do our playoff divisions? Because now you're talking about missing a year that is the heaviest weighted in your 3-year average, right? Normally 50%. I'm personally of the opinion that we should play it and just rank everybody 1 through 87 and 1 through 4 plays in the playoffs, 5 through 12, however we're going to go, and let's find out. And it might be the year we finally get to do it, but we'll see.
Do you know how many people have made fun of me for having that idea? It's absolute.
I'm so in favor of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it ends up sending your best teams to state bowl games when we get back to them. It does. I think, sorry to take us off topic. I think you have to probably still keep Division 5 because there was a point to doing that. And I do think it has helped programs build, but maybe you take all your open through D4s and put them in that pool and make however you do that. But we can talk about that another time.
Coach, there's never, ever a time ever when you have to apologize for going off topic. We live off topic. We are.
That's what we do. Welcome to the Wild West, baby.
Yes. Welcome to the Wild West. Go ahead, Coach. Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you, do you have shoes? Show us shoes. Oh!
Those are game shoes number 2. No, just letting you know.
Wait, hold on. Let me get a photo of that. Let me get a photo of that.
Now I have to go. Hold on.
Oh, it's beautiful. All right. And who's got shoes? We'll all show off our shoes with Coach Clark before we let him go. Let me tease a couple. Wait, nice. Noah, hold on. Nice. Noah, okay. Tommy, let me see yours. Tommy, you got Tommy.
On Tommy. Yeah. So I took Noah's advice. I figure I've got to either go home and away or I've got to go homecoming for a special. So we're ready. I'm just wanting you guys to know.
Yeah.
There you go, Coach.
Coach, we really appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much. It is great to see your face, and we will hopefully see it masked up in person 15 feet away from each other at a game soon.
Count on the moments, guys. Take care. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you later.
Everything you do.
Absolutely love that guy. What a way to start the show.
I also 100% cheated on that shoe thing because I just went in my closet and picked like the most recent shoe I bought because it looked the cleanest.
Tommy, never cheat, man. There's no rules. So a couple of things we got to get to later in the show is potentially having Adam Paul on. He has been invited. We will find out what Adam Paul is up to if he's not working. Tommy's got a top 10 to get to. And guys, how do you even want to start the conversation on football? Like, I don't really want to do league previews. I don't really want to do season. Like we said, there's not going to be champions, but I want to just do some hype. Like, so here's what I want to do. We'll go around the room or the Zoom, I suppose, and we'll give just everyone a topic or two. And Noah, you give us a topic. Tommy, you give us your number 10. Bodie, you give us a topic. Tommy, number 9. That way, we're gonna work down all the way to it. So I mean, Bodie,
very contentious top 10 because everyone got really excited about our top 10 last week, so we had to keep it going.
Tommy, do you want to tell them what the top 10 is this week that we're counting down?
I think we should never tell them what it is.
Deal. I love that.
And then just figure it out.
Perfect. Well then, Bodie, let's start with you. What are you geeking out about right now? What's got you hype? What are you excited about? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I think the first thing, like what Coach Clark was just talking about, there's the teams that have an open week to schedule a non-league game. Just some of the ones I've seen come out already. I'm fired up, and hopefully we can get out there. But whether it's the Torrey Cathedral matchup. I know El Camino's in the process of maybe they'll play Lincoln. They both have an available week and are looking for games. We saw Saints last night. They've got Helix on the schedule. Just games like that maybe we wouldn't get them in most years, but we're going to have them this year. And unfortunately, it looks like a lot of them are going to be on the same week. But it's great that a lot of these top 10, 15 teams are like, look, there is no playoff system this year. Let's go play. Best team wins.
Tommy, number 10.
The Newfoundland.
Noah, you're up.
Well, when I was screaming over the shoes, my mom on the side was like, "What are you guys talking about? Why are you so excited? Like, tell me, you have to tell me." She's all intrigued and concerned. I said, "Mom, you got to tune into the best show in San Diego later when it airs, San Diego Prep Insider." So
that's what you're
I
hyped
want to
about?
talk about.
Go.
That's what I'm happy about, man. I'll say this. It's like when it comes to all these games being scheduled, I feel like with a lot of people, they watch The Last Dance a lot during quarantine, and now they have an opportunity to, flex their muscles. And I just hope that we continue to love this game, have good sportsmanship, and compete, man. Let's just see what's going on this year.
Tommy, number 8 or number 9.
Australian Shepherd.
I will jump in there, and I will say what excites me is that in a 6-week season, a lack of wear and tear on players potentially means that we're going to get some brawls. Like, we're going to get some injuries, obviously, will still happen, and knock on wood, fingers crossed, not advocating like that or baking that into the formula, but that obviously still happens. It's football. It's not safe entirely. But we're not talking about, weeks 9 through 14 of the season can sometimes, your guards aren't pulling as hard. Your defensive backs are a little worn down. We're going to get fresh legs, fresh bodies going at each other right off the bat. Biggest games of the season, 6-game sprint. It's good. I am stoked. I think we're going to see memorable games, not just in the matchups, but in the way that they are played out, because we will see players and coaches going at it in a level of intensity never before. Tommy, number 8.
Number 8 would be the Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Colton, what are you up to?
I'm just happy the seniors, they're going to get a chance to get one last rodeo. It must have killed them waiting this long, but being a senior last year, I know how much it means, and I'm happy that they're going to get to experience it.
We're going to put it on the poll at SD Prep Insiders, where you can find all of our polls. How many Bass Pro Shop hats is too many Bass Pro Shop hats? Just based off of that background. Tommy, number 7.
Number 7 is the King Charles Cavalier.
All right, Tommy, let's stay on you with a football thing that you're hype about.
Football, Bodie kind of took it. I'm excited to see a lot of the big matches we would have had to wait for playoffs. But the other thing, too, is I think we're going to see a lot of freshmen playing varsity this year because they had time to literally grow. And also with some of the kids playing college opting out for obvious reasons, you're going to see a lot of young kids get a chance to play varsity really early. So I think we're going to see some hidden gems around the county.
Tommy, number 6.
Number 6 is a Labrador Retriever.
I will jump back in, and I will say, just kind of going off of what you said there, Tommy, not just freshmen, but across the board. I was thinking about La Jolla, trying to make a case for them in the top 10, and their quarterback, Jackson Stratton, was a young sophomore last year starting, and now he's a middle to late of the year junior. Like, the difference between being 16 and being 17.
Junior, Christian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a middle. Last year's a sophomore, and this year's
a junior.
Yeah, a junior.
Yeah,
that's how you say it.
Between junior and seniors.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn it! I don't get the show. All right, I'll mute myself for a few minutes. Tommy, number 5.
It'd be your own host.
Number 5 is the Golden Retriever.
Bodie De Silva, give us something.
Yeah, so I don't want to get too far ahead, but if you look ahead at the next 9 months, a lot of these teams are going to be able to get 16, 17, maybe more games in, and that's awesome. Obviously, you'd love it to be a regular year where you have your season, but the fact that they had to wait so long, and I know it doesn't exist for the seniors as well, but these kids that were missing out on football, they're going to make up for it big time with a lot of games.
Tommy, are we at 4 now? Where are we at, Tommy?
We just did the Golden Retriever, so we were at 4, Doberman Pinscher.
Nice. Noah, legitimately. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to just say the element of surprise. These coaches had so much time off. And yes, it's going to be hard to put in the offense and the defense, but don't be surprised if there's a lot of little trickery.
I will say that
That's all I'm gonna say.
deal. Tommy, number 3.
Number 3 is the Siberian Husky.
I will say that I was wrong. I was worried that there was going to be a shortage of ability to do freshmen and JV, and that the facilities weren't going to be there, the buses weren't going to be there, the refs and all that kind of stuff. But I have seen a fair amount of it. Looks like freshman and JV stuff is happening. Tommy and Noah, you guys have probably both seen it at your school, and that excites me because I genuinely thought I was going to be wrong. I thought I was going to be right about that, and that we were only going to get a varsity level. I'm excited to see it all across the board. Tommy, number 2.
The Nova Scotia Duck Tolling Retriever.
Jeez, that's a long name.
Dog.
Colton.
I was really blew it. Said what it was.
Excited to see whether this season's dominated by offense or defense. Seeing as
Ooh. Defense clicks quicker, right?
yeah, I'd say so. I'd say it's harder to get your offense rolling in the first 5 weeks like that.
So wait, are we just going to have like a ton of low-scoring games then the first 2 weeks?
Think about it though. There's been a lot of time to individually just get better with your own personal game.
That's hard to say.
So you can see the receivers running way better slant routes with this time off. You see running backs having better cuts. I don't know. Quarterbacks having better arms. They had that extra time to develop accuracy. I think it's going to be just good football. Period.
Well, Noah, going off of that then, are we going to see finally the case being made that 7-on-7 is extremely beneficial? Because that's always been a little bit of an argument. Is it worth it? Is it not? It's good for the receivers. But do you think that we will see a noticeable difference between the teams that had guys that were out there playing 7-on-7 versus the teams that did not?
Yeah, I think so. I think the big misconception when it comes to 7-on-7 is that people want to label it like the closest thing to football, and it definitely it takes away a whole element of football that is like basically the most important, but that doesn't mean that it's not extremely helpful. And when you get game action in having to go over one-on-ones, guys getting double teamed by running certain routes, that's reps that you're getting familiar with just moving your body like that. So it's helpful. Yeah, it takes away hitting. You could be great at 7-on-7 and be not as good at football. You could be not as good at 7-on-7 and be great at real football, but to say that it doesn't help at all, I think is kind of there's a lot of bias and a lot of feelings that get involved with that.
Tommy, where are we at in the list?
Or number 1.
All right, hold on. Let's bring in back in and time for Tommy's number 1.
The Beagle.
Really?
Number 1 dog. I mean, really?
The Beagle.
Can we get
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a sound for that.
Tom.
I do, Colton.
All right, we got to. Yeah, you got one more week with this. But we might have to switch up some top 10.
The new segment's already on its last legs.
Hey, I mean,
I think I gave a really good list.
Tom,
oh man, I don't know.
Tommy, you good? Oh man. So, guys, we've done a ton of chunk on football, and we'll get more of it because practices are starting and whatnot. But I want to take a second though to address the rest of what is going on, because there has been some news in the last couple of days with basically, and Bodie, tell me if I'm misstating this, but basically now all sports, indoor and outdoor, have a viable path that is a return to play. Correct?
Correct. Yeah. The confusion is just more so it's now because when the first sports that were able to come back, which was basically everything non-indoor, those high contact sports, football, rugby, water polo, are going to do testing that the state takes care of. Well, now that all the other sports are back, the indoor sports and the other high contact sports have to operate among the California Department of Public Health standards, which requires testing, and it requires testing within 48 hours of every competition. And so that's on each district and school to take care of. And that provides issues of, can all schools and all districts pay for that, which some can and some certainly can. Some can and others definitely cannot. So I hope that as we get closer, especially, I know just writing some of it up, volleyball is able to start today, and I believe gymnastics as well. And both basketballs, boys and girls, are in the middle of March when they can begin practicing. But I know that CIF is hopeful that they'll work with the state as that gets closer to lessen the strictness of some of the testing. So hopefully those can all get started. But at this point, it is tough because I think a lot of districts are not going to be able to foot the bill to handle all that testing.
Didn't say that there is a confirmed return to play, but it's a distinction just to note that there is a viable path there, and it is no longer and keeping the schools at arm's length. We will get to it when we get to it. I want to say that I have the utmost respect for Joe Hines and the CIF standing strong in the face of let them play and lawsuits and everybody screaming, not taking one side or the other, even though we do partner up with CIF on a lot of the content. And I'm not saying that let them play was right or wrong in the way they went about the things, but we saw other sections. We saw the southern section preemptively cancel season 1. We saw some of the northern sections preemptively just be like, no, we're not doing this. And Joe Hines he stayed quiet and he let everything develop around him. He to put it in a football reference, he was that running back that took that extra breath, let the hole open, and then he took the opportunity. So I want to commend Joe Hines and all the leadership there. Man, it's just great to have everything slowly coming back because it means that I get to have a whole school base truly despise my existence. I get to send out GIFs of me and Chris Brown. I get to go. I mean, we're going to have an amazing field hockey season. We have some great Ivy League commits to get to there. We're going to have all of the spring sports. It's going to be a ton, and I will give the plug now that we can officially give it. If you want all of that, go download the CIF Sports 365 app. Make sure that once you download it, you click the San Diego section, and then you click your schools so you get all the push notifications and everything like that. When scores, highlights, Bodie's articles, anything like that comes out straight to you. You don't have to worry about finding us on social media. And that might be where you also find our exclusive play-by-play that we're going to start doing. What? It's free play-by-play games like live streaming. What? Gave us, I don't got that. What? Maybe that gets dubbed out. I didn't hear anything. We also will go ahead and just say that Noah's going to do Twitch. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff. There's just going to be a lot of good stuff because there's sports back. Guys, any closing remarks? Oh, Bodie, what you drinking today?
Cold brew with cinnamon almond milk.
Deal.
Did you get that at Better Buzz?
No, Starbucks.
Oh, Better Buzz is a good one, too.
I got to try it then.
Guys, any closing notes on the show before we get out of here?
Well, considering we're soccer guys, shouldn't we talk about soccer a little bit? They are starting practice, so we'll get ready for that.
Perfect.
I love you in every way, shape, and form, Bodie. You get the show.
Soccer chatter. That's weird. There's a new segment, soccer chatter with Bodie.
Did any of us play soccer at any point? I played it till I was like 8.
Yeah, I mean, 10.
I made it.
Oh, no, wait. Colt, weren't you like a
10.
backup goalie or something like that on the varsity team?
Yeah, my senior year I played, I was the backup goalie.
All right, deal. Guys,
Nice. Living out my dream, Colton.
It was probably the
Living
best
out my
I've
dream.
ever had in my life.
Tommy?
Oh my God. Whoa. Is that new?
Yes.
Is that real?
Yes, it's
Who
real.
is that? Dog. What kind of dog is that?
We got Casey on the show. Hi, Coach Casey.
What?
Yeah, guys, this is Kingsley.
What kind of dog is this?
Belgian Malinois.
Tell him I'm sorry that you didn't make the list.
It's all good.
Disrespect.
That's why I thought it was a funny list for today.
Disrespect.
That's why I thought it was a funny list for
Was
today.
he sitting there the
I
whole
don't-
time just fuming when I was going through that list?
He's probably like, what the heck?
Apparently, I woke her up from her nap. I
He's
apologize.
like, we gotta be number one. We gotta
Sorry,
be.
she's gonna tweet at me. Oh, angry.
No, the dog.
Disrespect is just shut up.
Yeah, the dog does not have a Twitter account yet. Maybe
Yeah.
though. Maybe though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, the dog needs to get paired up with Dave Ring's dog and just do their own high school sports.
And do their own top 10.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Top 10 places to eat, top 10 places to poop, all that kind of stuff. Guys,
Top 10 place at the dog park.
yes. Man, we need to get back in studio soon. We need to get this all going. I'm stoked. I will say thank you for everybody for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys next week.